Now to the fallout over President Biden's handling of classified documents. Attorneys for the president revealing over the weekend 5 more secret government papers were found at his Delaware home. All this after Attorney General Merrick Garland's appointment of a special counsel to investigate. So let's bring in ABC senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce and attorney Brian Buckmire. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's start with you, Mary. Now, it's important to note, the president says he doesn't know what is in these documents. But following the appointment of that special counsel, what are the biggest questions right now that the White House is facing?
Look, there are a lot of questions here. And quite frankly, we have a lot of the same questions that the special counsel has, right? What is in these documents? Why were they holding on to them? Who had access to them? And especially why are they holding on to them so many years after? I think these are all things that both reporters, the public, and the special counsel is looking at. And as you know, the president insists he does not know what is in these documents. He says he was surprised to find out that they were even there. And it may be some time before we really get any clarity here. The White House is being extremely tight-lipped about all of this while this review is ongoing, which in many ways only raises another question, which is why aren't they being more forthcoming about some of just these basic details?
And Mary, President Biden clearly is in a tricky position when it comes to what he can say about the investigation. Transparency may be best for him politically, but difficult legally. How will the administration balance the two?
It's a really good question, and I think they certainly know that this is politically explosive for this administration. They are adamant that they are being as transparent as possible, that they are doing this all by the book, that they've turned over all of the documents to the proper authorities as soon as they have discovered them. But I do think there's a difference in terms of being transparent with the Justice Department and then also being transparent with the American people. And I think especially after this weekend, when we learned that there were even more documents that were discovered, it does give a sense of this drip, drip, drip. And that may be one of the reasons you are now seeing not just Republicans, but also some Democrats saying that Congress needs to look into this.
And you just heard Brian, Mary mention the drip, drip, drip. Let's talk about this, the differences between former President Trump's classified document investigation and what President Biden is now facing. What are the differences here?
Yeah, so when I look at this, I look at it as a defense attorney. And if I'm representing either one of them, what are the problems in their case? With President Biden, this drip, drip is horrible. But if we're looking at it as a snapshot today, his statement doesn't show intent that he either knew these items were concealed or that he tried to remove them. But the more this drips, the more this becomes a problem. If next week we're talking about this case and we have 20 more documents, that's an issue. But for Trump, and the major difference is his statement. He said, I know I had these. I think I have the right to do so. And this is how I did it. This, I think, therefore, it's declassified. But that's not necessarily an argument that may work. And if it fails, that could be a criminal charge.
And Brian, the Attorney General has chosen to appoint special counsel to investigate former President Trump and also the current president, President Biden. Is this an effort to seem fair?
Absolutely.
Especially to the American people.
Yeah, this is very much about optics, because at the end of the day, we have to remember this. The DOJ has a long-standing policy that they do not indict sitting presidents. Former President Trump enjoyed that during the Russian probe, and ultimately, Biden may enjoy that as well here. But you've got to let the process go. You have to investigate both of them to say, hey, this is what we did find. We found some intent, and this goes to an element of the crime for one of them, and maybe didn't find it for the other, justifying why charges may or may not be brought for either.
All right, Brian and Mary, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.